Hello everyone, welcome back. It is day 21, 3 weeks. After this short and sweet focused practice, we are done 3 full weeks of yoga. How amazing is that? So find some space to move. We're gonna focus on our feet, our ankles today, our toes as well. Find some space to move though, and let's get started. So let's come on over to tabletop and start in our lovely toe squat. So you can bring your knees together, tuck your toes under, and maybe just stay leaning forwards a little bit. Push into your hands. Send your hips back towards your heels a little bit and feel that extra length throughout your toes. You can stay leaning forwards. You can sit back. Maybe rest your hands in your lap. Allow your shoulders, though, to fall away from your ears. How do your feet feel in this moment? Can you take a gentle, smooth breath? Can you soften your forehead? Smile. But just one more breath, maybe two. And if you did lift your hands up, you can bring them down. You can come off of the feet, give the toes a little tap against the ground, a little wiggle, a little shake. We'll rest on the top of the feet though and try to sit back on the heels again. You can stay leaning forwards, you can sit tall, you can lean back and maybe lift your knees. You can have your hands on the ground behind you or rest your hands in your lap again. And just notice, how do your feet feel? Small areas of our body have very strong feelings, sensations. So good. If you do have your knees lifted, or if you're leaning back, start to find your way down and forwards and back into tabletop. So let's just give our feet a little bit of a shake, maybe a little tap of the toes against the ground again. And then we're gonna cross. Let's do our right foot on top of the left one into the arch of the left foot. So sitting back on the heels yet again, where the right foot is in the arch of the left foot. And as always, keep weight in the hands or sit back and relax. Take a few breaths, feeling that little massage in the arch of that left foot. Might have to move ever so slightly to find that sweet spot, maybe not. But just one more breath, maybe two. And then we can lift up and we can switch sides. Shake it out as much as you need and then bring your left foot into the arch of the right. Sit back. Do you have one foot that's a little more sensitive than the other? Or is everything feeling kind of balanced? Just something to notice. Awesome work, you guys. Just another breath or two here. Sometimes easy to stay when you think about the breath more than the feet, but take another breath. Bring your hands back down to the ground. Tabletop. Give your feet a little bit of a shake if you'd like. All right, now let's bring our left foot forwards for a lunge, but we're gonna bring our knee past our toes. Lift the heel. So let your chest kind of rest on your front knee walk your hands out a little in front of you, a little bit wider too, so you feel balanced. And with the heel lifted, try to drop it back down, or just think about dropping it back down, and it's probably not actually going to move, but you're going to get a nice ankle stretch. Awesome work, you guys. Okay. You can stay here if you want, or we can come back into a toe squat with just our right foot, half a toe squat, I call it. So you can start to send the hips back, drop your heel down for sure. You might scooch that right knee closer towards your left foot. We're going to try and tuck those toes under. So your left foot and your right knee can be as close as you need them to be to tuck your right toes under. And then you're going to try to sit back on your heel. You can lift, you can lengthen your spine, but the more you sit back, the more weight that's going to be in that foot. Breathe. Smile. Bring your hands back down and find tabletop. Wherever you're coming from. Sway the hips, wiggle the toes, tap the toes. And then start to bring your right foot forwards. Set up the lunge with the knee coming past the toes, the heel lifting. Let your chest, your belly rest on your front leg, and then widen the hands, reach forwards a little bit so that you feel balanced. Try to drop your heel down, feel your ankle. Awesome work, you guys. Should you want to stay here, you can. If you want to do that one final toe squat though, you might be sliding the left knee up, shifting the hips back a little bit and tucking the left toes under. Sitting back towards the heel, any amount. Maybe lifting up. This side feels a lot nicer than the other side for me. Take a breath and then another. Maybe stay a touch longer. Or start to make your way back down, back out all the way to tabletop. Give your ankles a gentle shake if you want to. We're going to sit down with our legs in front of us, cross-legged perhaps, where we're going to try to take our left foot and bring it towards the top of our thigh, the top of the right leg a little bit, so that maybe we can stretch the outer edge of the ankle now. You can have your legs straight and kind of rest your foot on the inner thigh a little bit, or maybe you are in half lotus, bringing your foot closer towards your hip crease. So maybe you can see the bottom of the foot. Should you have full lotus or want to try to bring your right foot up too, you can take a moment here. The ankles, the hips may or may not allow you to do this. If you did come to full lotus though, bring the right leg back, sit cross-legged half lotus, and just think about the outer ankle. We are just going to switch sides so you can decide again. Do you have your legs, are you sitting cross-legged to start, both legs bent? Do you want to have your left leg out long? Your foot resting kind of on the inner thigh a little bit. Half lotus, maybe your foot, you can kind of play with where you are placing it. The closer you get to the hip crease though, the more you might feel, so you can decide. Or your hips will probably allow you. Your hips will decide for you. But full lotus, if it is available. Take a breath. Feel your feet. If you did come to full lotus, just come back to the half. Notice your foot. Maybe it doesn't feel much. And then we can start to uncross our legs. Or just bring everything together. Give the legs a little hug or a squeeze. Notice the sensations flowing throughout the toes, the ankles, and all the rest of the foot, the feet. Awesome practice, you guys. What a way to end week 3. I will see you back here again tomorrow. Until then, namaste.